Hey YouTube! So today I am going to show you all of the books I have read in what month are we? September. I'm not gonna lie, the month started off really slow for me. I didn't have like any audiobook time like anywhere, and all of my Libby holds were still on hold. So she's a bit of a smaller stack this month. I'm hoping next month it'll pick up a little bit more. So the first book we have is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This was the first book I finished this month, obviously. I finished this on, I believe, the 15th. So it took a while for me to finish a book. But I did it. I think I started this in end of June. I just was not motivated to pick it up. It had nothing to do with the book. The book I gave 4 stars. It was really, really good, but I just wasn't motivated to pick it up. Yeah, but this one was really cute. I love like all of Elsie's books. They're just so like comforting. Then we have the Lilies by Quinn Diacon Furtado. So this one's the B&N exclusive. It's red instead of blue. This one I feel like I wasn't really connected to the story as much, but it was still really entertaining. It's about like this secret like society. They're just like stuck in a time loop and they have to kind of figure out how to get out of it and back to the real world. But even though they were in a time loop, I didn't find it like repetitive at all. I give this one a 3 stars. Okay, then we have Graceland by Nancy. I don't know how to say her last name, but this one was really cute. I actually liked it a lot more than I thought I would. It was just very wholesome. Oh, and this is her debut. And like, who doesn't love like a road trip vibe? I should probably tell you a little bit about what this is about, because I had never seen it before until I got this at the Tennessee State Museum, because it takes place in Memphis where Graceland is. I can read the back for you. Hope Robinson can't seem to please anyone lately, especially not her mother, the flamboyant soap star Olivia Grant. Olivia loves Elvis more than Jesus, and convinced she's dying, insists on a final visit to Graceland. Unfortunately, that's the one place Hope can't take her. Hope fled Memphis years ago with a shameful secret and a vow never to return. Olivia, though, doesn't understand the word no. Instead, she wrangles Hope's pink-haired daughter Dylan to drive her to Memphis by promising to reveal the mystery of her long-lost father. Hope must stop them before they expose the truth and all hell breaks loose. As the women race from Boston to Memphis, encountering jealous soap actors, free-range ferrets, and a trio of Elvis-impersonating frat boys, everyone's secrets begin to unravel. In order to become the family they long to be, Hope, Olivia, and Dylan must face hard truths about themselves and one another on the bumpy road to acceptance, forgiveness, and ultimately, grace. So, that's this one. Okay, next we have the gorgeous Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This one is the Minalima edition. So she is like a pop-up book. So like, she's got some fun little things in there. And then other than the pop-ups, all of the pages have like little like art. So she's really a gorgeous interactive read. I gave this 5 stars. I literally was like thinking about this all day. Like every single day I was like not reading, I was like thinking about it. Like I would dream about it. So this one is so good. And then I watched the movie, as one does. I had watched all the movies, but I never read the books, and it is so similar. Like, they did such a good job translating the book into the movie Like, it's like so, like, it's almost like exact. Obviously there's little details that you get more in the books, but overall it was pretty spot on. So if you do want to read the Harry Potter series, I would definitely recommend picking up this edition. I know they just have the first 3 books in these. I have the second one as well. I'm hoping they make more, but the books get significantly bigger after the 3rd one, so I don't know how that's gonna work with all the pop-ups, because it's already like a pretty big book, and like the first book I think was only like 300 pages, so it would probably be like double the size if they did like the last books. But it's just so cute, and the spine is gorgeous. Yeah, so I'm super happy I read this specific edition. I feel like I still would have liked it if I read just the regular editions, but this definitely was more interactive for sure. Okay, and then the next 2 books I am still in the middle of, but I have a feeling I'm gonna finish them before the month ends. So we have After Midnight by Irina Shapiro. I'm pretty close to finishing. I think we're so close to finding out who the killer is, so I'm excited to finish this one. We got a bunch of people going to this plantation, and there is a hurricane headed their way, so the roads start flooding, no one can leave, and then this one author that was staying at the plantation ends up dead, and he is killed in the same way as the character in his book. So we're thinking someone here kill him. Yeah. Okay, so it says, cut off from the outside world, the guests soon realize that the murderer might strike again, and everyone at the plantation could either be the next victim or the killer. This one, I am leaning towards a 3. I think just because it's kind of very, like, simple writing, not too much descriptive in some areas. Like, something will happen and then, like, we'll just, like, breeze past it a little bit. Not every single time, but just a few instances where something will happen and we'll kind of breeze past it pretty quickly. But I still haven't gotten to the plot twist, so that could definitely change. And then we have Mind Games by Nora Robert. This one I'm actually really liking, more than I thought I would. I feel like it definitely could have been shorter. I feel like we're kind of just dragging it on a little bit, but I do feel like connected to the characters. Basically, our main character, she can kind of see things that have happened. Okay, so it does say her parents were killed, so that's not a spoiler. So, main character, her parents were killed, and she like had a dream about it. Like, she was like there. So she can kind of see things like that happen. Okay, so it does also say this. Her and the guy that killed her parents kind of share this same gift. So they can kind of get into each other's minds, and it kind of just follows like her journey with that. And there is like a subplot of romance. You get a little sprinkle of that. Yeah, but I'm actually liking it more than I thought. I'm leaning towards a 4 stars right now. I'm very, very close to being done. So unless something goes crazy, I don't see it going lower, but we'll see. I'll put my final rating. Yeah, so leaning towards a 4 stars for this one right now. So I do have a hold ready for One of Us Is Back. this one right here, my hold is ready for this. So after I finish Mind Games, I'm gonna go straight into this one. So if I end up finishing this, I think I will, before the month is up, then I will, you know, put my rating on the screen. I also borrowed the Nightingale on Hoopla. This was downstairs in my mailroom, and it was actually the same day that I almost bought this at Target, but I found it downstairs. It's a pretty hefty one. It's like 550 pages. So I don't know if I'll finish this one by the end of the month. This might be like my first book of October is what I'm thinking. I'll send you guys to my next clip, which I actually filmed before this. So some of the books that I showed in here that I've read were in my TBR that I'm gonna send you to. We're just gonna ignore that. I haven't gotten any more, that's a lie. I haven't like bought any more. The only two new ones are The Nightingale and The Shining, which was also in my mailroom, both of those, but I haven't bought any new ones since I filmed this next clip. So I'll send you over there. Hey YouTube! Today we are going to be going over my physical TBR. She's stuffed to the brim, and then I still have some over here as well. I have more. Guys, I have a little microphone, so hopefully audio is gonna be improving. But we will see. I haven't really used it before, so we're gonna try our best, okay? But without further ado, let's start going over everything. Let's unpack all this. So, first up, a book that has been on my TBR the longest, Butcher and Blackbird by Brianne Weaver. Honestly, I'm just waiting for my copy from Libby to be ready, because I'm an audiobook girly. You guys know this, so I'm just waiting on that. But as soon as it's ready, this will be off the TBR. And the way my TBR is organized, like, everything over here has been over here the longest, and then I add it. Like, I don't, like, shift it around. I just, like, scoot it over and add more. Then we have After Midnight by Irina Shapiro. This one I don't have an audiobook, like, hold or anything for, so I will have to read it just, like, physically. So this will be my next read after the one I'm currently reading. It actually was next in line after Wild Love, and I just finished that one. But I bought another book, and that kind of took its place. I usually never do that, but I really, really wanted to read that one, and you'll see which one it is, and you'll understand why I kind of wanted to read that one more than this one. Then we have Funny Story by Emily Henry. Again, waiting for my turn to borrow the audiobook, and then she'll be off the TBR. A lot of these are. Then we have A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen with the foiled edges. Absolutely stunning. Can you guess why I haven't read this one yet? Still waiting on the audiobook copy. Then we have the first three, actually. Then we have this whole series. This is the Riley Thorne series, I believe. So this all started because I found this one, The Blast from the Past, in my mailroom, and then I looked, and it's a series, and it was the third book in a series. I was like, I cannot go into this without reading the others. So I did purchase the other two, and then this one came out traditionally published as well, and it actually has foiled lettering. So I have this entire series that I need to read, and there's no audiobook I have holds for, so I'm gonna have to go through these on my own. Then we have my book of the month for July is House of Glass. This one I have audiobook for in Spotify, and I'm out of Spotify time, so I've got to wait a little bit longer. Oh no, they've fallen. Then we have Mind Games by Nora Roberts. This one was not planning on reading. Found it in my apartment mailroom. Once again, shout out. But I'm gonna give it a try, see if I like it, see if I like her writing. If I remember correctly, I think she writes a lot of like romance, but this one's like a mystery thriller. So we'll see if I like it. And I think I'm waiting on my Libby audiobook as well for this one. I think those ones that I just went over have all been on my TBR before, so I'm not going as in depth. But I think now we're starting to get to where they haven't been in one of my TBR videos. So next one is The Lies of Locke LAMORA by Scott Lynch. This one was also in my apartment mailroom. Shout out. This is a part of a series. I don't plan on continuing the series because I think it's like kind of long. So this is fantasy, so we'll see. Oh, it has a blurb from George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones. Okay. And like, I know there's a prettier cover out there, but this one was free. We'll see if I like it. We'll see my opinions on it. Also waiting for a Libby copy of this, but I think it's like 6 weeks away, so I'll get to her somewhat soon. Another mailroom find. This is The Witcher: The Last Wish by I thought it said Andrew. That does not say Andrew. That says I am not going to even attempt to pronounce this author's name. If you know how to say it, that's great. I do not. And I haven't seen the series, so I'm guessing if I like this, I could either continue the series. Look how many books. That's a lot. Or maybe no, that's a completely different series. I take it back. But I think this is like the prequel. It's fantasy. I guess if I like this, I can always watch the show on Netflix. I have no idea what this is about. So, we have another book of the month. And this was my choice for August. And you're probably wondering, this was actually, like it says on the back, January. But I wasn't really vibing with any of the August choices, so I went with a staff pick. I went with First Light Wins because I did want to get this specific book of the month copy because it doesn't have the Reese's Book Club little sticker that you can't take off. I just know it's a thriller. Oh, and I guess our main character, like, she goes by this name, but that person doesn't exist. I honestly don't know too much. I've been going into books blind recently. Then we have One of Us is Back by Karen M. McManus. This is the last book in the One of Us is Lying trilogy. I just read One of Us is Next last month, and I wasn't in love with it, but I did really like the first one, so I'm hoping this one brings me good vibes. There's also lawn people outside. So sorry if you can hear that. And I got it 50% off, so that's pretty nice. For a hardcover? Yeah. Again, not too sure what this is about. Oh my god. Okay, I'm looking closer at this cover. If you look very closely, it says Bayview High. I didn't even know that. It like blacked out Bayview High. And that's the high school that they go to. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, then we have The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. This one I also got 50% off. Thank you, Barnes. And then Karen M. McManus does have a blurb on the back. I've read one of her books, House of Hollow. I think that was actually the first like fantasy. I don't know, is that a fantasy? I think it might be a fantasy, but that was like my first little taste of fantasy. And then she has like sprayed edges, or not sprayed edges, they're foiled pink edges as well. I'm actually not too sure what this is about, being completely honest. And then this one is on Spotify, so as soon as I have more Spotify time, hopefully I will get to this one. Then we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I am so excited to dive into this and then watch the show. I can't watch the show without reading the book first. Like, I might have to read the whole series first, honestly, and then watch this. Read this. No. Ugh. Lord have mercy. Read the whole series first and then watch the show. There you go. What was I gonna say? I did get it in hardcover, and it doesn't have the ugly little sticker that you can't take off. I just feel like thrillers, especially like these little series, I feel like they're just better in hardcover. And they're like the mini hardcover, so they're not like massive. They're just like the perfect little size. And then over here we have two more. We have Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, the second book. I know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say they're all like several months away on Libby for the audiobook because the show just came out, so obviously people are gonna be more likely to read it. But I think it's also on Spotify, so I might do some Spotify time. I won't get to it like this month or anything because I have other Spotify books I need to listen to first, but maybe in the next couple months I can do these. And then we already showed The Body in the Backyard, but that's on top of this. And you think that's it? It's not. Then we got As Good as Dead. This one does have the sticker that you can't take off, and the other two don't. Don't know why this specific one has to have it, but it's fine. At least they're all hardcovers, they all match. Just this one little guy. Yeah, so the third book in that Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, As Good as Dead. And then my book of the month for September. I just realized this is matte. I don't think I've had a matte cover from book of the month yet. This is The Love Elixir of Augusta Stern by Linda Cohen. Don't know how to say that last name. But this looked really cute and wholesome, and I don't know, all the other picks I wasn't really vibing with. This is the only one that kind of seemed chiller, and like it's so pretty, like all the flowers, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and now I'm gonna show you the 3 books I'm currently reading. First we have Swan Song by Ellen Hildebrand. Was not planning on picking this up, but once again, she's a mailroom find and a new release, so I'm into her a little bit, but I ran out of Spotify time, so as soon as I get more, I'm diving back into this. Diving back. I'm so funny. Yeah, so I'll finish this one up, and then maybe we'll have time for like half another book, so we'll see. And then we have the book that I bought and started reading like immediately after I finished Wild Love. That is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So this is the Minalima, I think I'm saying that right, the Minalima edition. So it's not any regular book, it's a pop-up book. So here's like Diagon Alley. Like it all opens up. Kind of hard to show. I have like them throughout. I think it says it comes with 8 of them. This is his letter, and it pops open. So it's a very interactive read, and other than the pop-ups, there's like pictures and drawings on like every page, so it's very, very entertaining to read, very intriguing, keeps your attention. So I'm almost halfway through this one, and I'm not like audiobooking this one, I think, because it's way too pretty to audiobook this one. I know they've done the first 3 books, so I definitely will be getting the other 2, and hopefully they'll come out with the 4th one. I know after the 3rd one, the books get significantly bigger, and the first one is only like 300 pages, but with all the pop-ups, it looks like this. So I hope they do continue, but I would understand if they didn't. But it's just a really beautiful edition. Has this on the spine. It's just gonna look so gorgeous on the bookshelves. And then the last book I actually just bought the other day. I went to the Tennessee State Museum and I got this book. It's called GRACELAND. They just had books that were set in Tennessee, and so I got this one. This one looked really cute. This one is about a mother, a daughter, and a grandmother, and the grandmother is like, I'm dying and I want to go see Graceland one more time. She was a soap opera star, I believe, and she's like, I want to go to Graceland, but her daughter is like, no, I'm not going back to Memphis. So she goes to talk to the granddaughter and she's like, let's go to Graceland. So they kind of sneak away together, and then they're trying to get to Graceland before she can catch up to them and take the daughter back. Very cute little simple read. About this far into it right now, and it was available on Hoopla and Everand for audiobook. Like on Hoopla, like instant borrow. I will say, First Light Wins was on Hoopla and I got so excited, but it's a wait list for that one. I think it says I'm number 10 in line, but then when I open it, it says I'm number 4 in line. So I'm actually unsure of my place, but hopefully I'll get to it in the next month or 2. Okay, I did it. I didn't go into too much detail about what all the books were about. If you want me to next time, I will be willing to do that. Just will be a bit of a longer video. I think I might add this. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do this as like a standalone video or if I wait until a bit later in the month and then film my my September wrap up, because I haven't read that many books. I've only read 1. Is that bad? It's the 16th and I've only finished 1 book, so I think I'll definitely wait until farther into the month, see how many books I get through, and then maybe film a little clip of my wrap up and then add this to the end of it, because I would have to end up doing this all again anyway if I waited. Okay, I'm not making any sense. I'm gonna let you guys go, but thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye.